Hello, my name is Ya Chao. Today I want to talk to you about if man obeyed God. Really? On YouTube, there is a very famous channel master named DarkMatter 2525 who is a renowned atheist. He has so many videos with more than 153 million views. I'm sure he has made a lot of money with his videos. Many of his fellow atheists pay him through Patreon for his work of slandering God, the Bible, and Christianity. I have already made several videos to debunk him. Yet, he is just like many other atheists I have debunked, silent and has nothing to respond to. He made a video 9 years ago called If Man Obeyed God, which has a whopping 15 million viewership. He is even more popular than some of the famous singers. The video portrays God as incompetent because he needed Adam and Eve to eat the forbidden fruit to make his creation work. DarkMatter argued that if the first couple did not sin, humanity wouldn't die, plus God ordered them to be fruitful and multiply, which would make the earth uninhabitable because of overpopulation. Therefore, at the end of the video, God force-fed Adam with the forbidden fruit.
Eat the fucking fruit!
First of all, that is a lie. According to the Genesis of the Bible, Adam and Eve ate it of their own free will. When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. Adam and Eve disobeyed God, therefore sin entered into humanity. This does bring us to several questions. Why would God place the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden? Many people say that God is omniscient, meaning he knows everything. Did God know whether Adam and Eve would eat the forbidden fruit, and why wouldn't he stop them? When God created humanity, he wanted to have a loving relationship with us. True love consists of one thing very important, which is free will. This is rather simple to understand. For instance, when you're looking for your life partner, you wouldn't want someone who listens to you all the time like a robot. Who would marry a robot anyway? You want your life partner to be an independent thinker. He or she is under the situation that he or she can choose someone else, and yet he or she deliberately chooses you. That was why God granted us free will. He wants to find a group of people who will love him even though they have the ability not to. At the same time, our free will is not absolute. We can do whatever we want. Just like we can freely do things so long as we obey the law of the land. Therefore, God placed the tree of good and evil as the restriction of humanity. God could have chosen anything, but he chose the forbidden fruit as the limitation. Did God know that Adam and Eve would eat the forbidden fruit? Of course he did. That is why the Bible said in Ephesians chapter 1 verse 4, "For he chose us in him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in his sight." Not only did God know, but he also had a plan to save the world with salvation before the creation of the world, certainly before the creation of Adam and Eve. Those who can reject God, yet use their free will to love God, will be saved. They get to spend eternity with God. Therefore, God is not what atheists imagine with their ignorance. Not only that, the world will never get to be overpopulated and uninhabitable because God's salvation is limited in number. As it is written in Romans chapter 11, verse 25, "I do not want you to be ignorant of his mystery, brothers and sisters, so that you may not be conceited. Israel has experienced a hardening in part until the full number of Gentiles has come in, and in this way all Israel will be saved. In other words, God's salvation will only extend to limited people, and currently it is still the age of grace. Whoever would receive salvation will be saved. When the number is reached, the current world will end. Therefore, no such thing as overpopulation. The biggest problem with people like DarkMatter is they are judging God as if God is as stupid as they are. God created them, and God's thoughts and deeds magnitudes higher than theirs. Also, when you watch his video, it is more like an X-rated movie, if not for those redacted parts. In the Song dynasty of China, about 900 years ago, there was a literary genius called Su Dongpo. He wrote so many beautiful poems that have been enjoyed throughout history. Many Chinese idioms used today were from his poetry. His life, however, was spent mostly in exile because of politics. One time he met a monk who practiced Buddhism in a nearby temple near the Yangtze River. They often shared their experiences in literature and Buddhism, sometimes in heated debate. Mr. Su was always unconvinced. One time they sat together and the monk looked at Mr. Su and said, "Even though we argue sometimes, I still can see Buddha in you." Then the monk asked him what did he think of him. Mr. Su thought the revenge opportunity came and said, "You like a piece of shit to me." The monk was upset, and so they departed. Mr. Su went home and boasted to his sister, saying he finally taught the monk a lesson and he lost big. He did not expect his sister to say, "My dear brother, you not only did not win, but you lost tremendously." You see, what you perceive comes mostly from your heart. The monk had Buddha in him, so when he sees you, you look like a Buddha to him. And yet, within you are full of shit. Therefore, when you look at him, you only see shit. This can apply to DarkMatter perfectly. DarkMatter produced this filthy, profane, and obscene video because he is full of those in him. What a shame. Another funny thing is that DarkMatter is an atheist who denies God's existence. DarkMatter is preoccupied in making videos about the non-existing God. According to what we have just talked about, that is the result of in his heart God exists, but he just doesn't like that existing God. Isn't that funny? The sad thing about many atheists today is that they know God exists, and yet they are disgusted with the God who actually loves them and wishes to save them. On my channel, there are many relevant videos you might find interesting. Thank you for watching, and may God richly bless you.